Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm drawing the oblique of number 5. I'm going to go ahead and draw it as a Cavalier Oblique for my first demonstration. So I'm going to go ahead and start out by drawing the front face on it. You can go ahead and see the basic front shape there. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 blocks wide. It's 5 blocks tall. There's 3 here and 2 up there, and 5 blocks deep. If you want to, you can still do the same way we did before with a box. I'm going to go ahead and start here. I can do a box. Either way is fine. If I do a box, so I'm going to come over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then I'm going to come up my 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I thought that one had to come up one more. Once again using construction lines. And then I can go back. Now the angle I go back, I didn't talk about that up on the board. That's any convenient angle. I typically use a 30-degree angle. Can you see all right? Okay, or a 45-degree angle. 45, you just cross through the corners of boxes, so lots of people like to do that. 30 is going to be about like if you go over 2 boxes, up 1, over 2, up 1. I'm going to use a 45 because that's real easy. And I'm just going to draw back a ways for now. The way that I go ahead and figure out how far back to go, I'm using a Cavalier, which is full depth, so I know it's supposed to be 5 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. The problem is if I came up here, like you learn in math class, the hypotenuse is going to be longer than the bottom of the triangle. So what I need to do is get that distance measured up here. Typically a compass would do that well. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use my pencil as a compass. So I'm going to hold right at the corner I'm dealing with and have my tip right at the point I want and just kind of arc up there. So right there I just measured my depth for my box. A little different way to do it, but it goes ahead and works. I'm going to draw all my angled lines back here. And once again they're construction, so it doesn't matter if they go too far. Now what I'm going to do is take that point I found, shoot it straight up, and shoot it straight over. My object has to fall within this box that I just created. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is start creating the front view. I know that I've got a line coming up here, and over, and down, and then I've also got the corners cut out of it. Then what I'm going to do is darken in that. It doesn't matter what order you darken things in, kind of like we did with isometrics. We can darken now or darken later, but due to all the lines I'm going to do some darkening so I can start seeing definition of my object. We have nice musical interlude whenever I'm not speaking now. So right there we have that front face darkened in. Now I've already got the back here, so I'm going to go ahead and just shoot this one back until I get that back. And that's going to be my right side face. I could darken all that in if I wanted to. I'm going to shoot this one back. It's going to actually line up with this other one. I would have to jog over, and then I'll go up again until I hit my object, my top line, which should match up if I shot this one back at a 45 as well. So you're starting to see me build more of it in there. I'm going to take this one back at my 45 as well, and that gives me that view. This one's going to run into itself there, and this one I can't forget down there. So now I can go ahead and darken everything in. So that gets darkened in, that one gets darkened in, this comes back here, and comes across, and back in, and down, and darken this one in. So right there I've darkened all of my object in. Remember we have to do one cabinet, one Cavalier, and I'm going to label this since it's my Cavalier. I'm going to come up to the top here. Notice I'm back in ink since we're in our engineer's notebook. And I went ahead and did that in pencil. Some people like to darken it in with ink. That is how you draw a Cavalier Oblique.